Well, beginning the bulletin with the breaking news that is coming in the death of our colleague Akshay Singh. Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has agreed to send Akshay Singh's Viscera sample outside the state for probe. Shivraj government ceded the demand for Aaj Tak's SIT journalist family, which had made the demand to send Viscera sample outside the state for a free and fair probe. The India Today group, which is in mourning for the untimely death of its correspondent, echoed the demand. Let me now cut across to my colleague Atir Khan, who is joining us for more on this story. Atir, the Shivraj Singh Chauhan government relenting. They have agreed to send the Viscera sample outside. Explain to our viewers how important is this development after we raise this demand.
Well, it's absolutely crucial. You see, the Viscera examination will be very important for determining the cause of death, and that is why Akshay's sister had demanded, and she had written to the Chief Minister, which was backed by the India Today group, that for the transparency and in the interest of investigation, the Viscera sample should be sent to either some lab in some CFSL lab or at AIIMS. So that demand has been agreed upon, and now the Madhya Pradesh government has agreed that this sample can be sent to another lab. But we'll have to wait and watch which lab has been identified for sending these samples.
I'll just stay on with me. In fact, in a statement, the India Today group had said, and I quote, "The circumstances of the untimely death of TV Today journalist Akshay Singh merits a full, fair and independent inquiry. We urge the Madhya Pradesh government to immediately have the Viscera sample sent to a recognized forensic lab outside the state, preferably Delhi's All India Institute of Medical Sciences, for a thorough and transparent examination. This would assuage the family, friends and well-wishers of Akshay who seek some closure. Nothing we do will ever bring back Akshay, a brave and fearless journalist. The India Today group stands by the family in their hour of crisis," unquote. Jeewal Narasimha Rao, spokesperson of the BJP, in fact on the phone line with us. Mr. Rao, the Madhya Pradesh government has agreed for the Viscera sample to be sent outside the state. But isn't it also a time, sir, for a CBI probe into this matter?
I think the fair demand of the family members of late Akshay, I think the state government and the chief minister want to get to the bottom of the truth and want to conduct the probe in the fairest manner and in a transparent manner. And in fact, a little while ago, I spoke to the Honorable Chief Minister, and in fact, the state police were planning to send it to Central Forensic Science Laboratory, where all the Viscera samples are generally tested by the CBI. So when the request for sending the sample to AIIMS was placed before the Honorable Chief Minister, he had directed the Director General of Police to find out from AIIMS and send it to AIIMS or CFSL, wherever the family would be whichever test would be the family would be happy about. Certainly, the state government wants to have the fairest investigation and place all the facts in public domain, because the chief minister himself is quite unhappy about the circumstances and the untimely death of your valued colleague. So as far as the probe into by the CBI is concerned, only this morning the chief minister held a press conference and he placed all the facts before the media. The matter had gone to the High Court and to the Supreme Court, and all of us in this country have faith in the rule of law, in the highest court of the country.
Sir, we appreciate the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister acting promptly on this demand for the Viscera sample to be sent outside MP. If the family, again, because they have been asking for a free and fair probe, and that is a demand that is backed by the India Today group, if the family wants a CBI inquiry, will the state government be willing for that also to dispel any sort of misgivings?
No. Akshay, you see, the entire matter concerning the Vyapam since this journalist died while he was probing Vyapam. If he had nothing to do with Vyapam, this would have been treated as a completely different case. Since the entire media, and obviously young journalists like this, untimely death causes a lot of concern. So the matter has to be certainly placed before the SIT headed by a retired judge, a retired High Court judge. The matter has to be decided, because it would be highly improper on the part of the state government to decide on any issue like this without taking the High Court and Supreme Court, without taking their orders into account, because in the past they have clearly held that the state, the inquiry by the SIT, the inquiry by the STF, monitored by the SIT, and overall supervised by the High Court. All the courts in the country, High Court and Supreme Court, had expressed their great faith in this institution. It would be highly improper on the part of the state government to really take a suo moto decision without
Yes.
any advisory from the courts. If the court's order, if the Supreme Court or High Court suggests, I think state government has absolutely no problem investigation by any authority which the SIT and the High Court or the Supreme Court deem appropriate. But for the state government to overstep and take a decision would actually mean not having showing confidence in SIT and the Honorable High Court, which would be highly improper on the part of the state government. So it's a question of actually the procedure. It's a question of respect for the highest courts in the country, that the state government cannot on its own decide to go ahead with a CBI probe.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. G. V. Narasimha Rao, for joining us and bringing us all those details. So the state government, as of now, has agreed to the demand of the family and the TV Today group for the samples, the Viscera samples, to be sent outside the state. The TV Today group had earlier asked the state government, requested the state government to send the samples to All India Institute of Medical Sciences for a free and transparent probe. Atir is still with me. Atir, Akshay's sister had also written a letter to the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, and that was backed by the TV Today group. Now, as you said, that Viscera sample is very important. How much time does this sample take? In how much time would we be able to get a clear picture of what happened?
Well, you see now, since this is an unnatural death, the investigations primarily hinge on the Viscera samples and its findings. Now, it is a detailed test which takes at least a month's time, because there are various chemical tests which need to be carried out, and they are time consuming. So it will be a while before we get to know the findings, but then this report is going to be absolutely crucial to find out what the cause of death is behind Akshay's demise.
Thank you so much, Atif, for bringing us all those details. In fact, the death of TV Today reporter Akshay Singh has escalated the political war between the Congress and the BJP. Congress has sought an immediate CBI probe into the death, asking the Prime Minister to break his silence on the matter. The Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister, on the other hand, is sticking with his stand that the current High Court monitored SIT probe is enough.